The Day of the Lamb is a prelude to the main part of the Festival of St John, held the following weekend. It takes place in the town of Ciutadella, the original capital of Minorca. The cast of characters consists of a flautist with a drum, a man dressed in a sheepskin carrying a 1-year-old lamb over his shoulders, a guardian of the lamb, a flag bearer, and some formally dressed senior officials, plus 2 policemen up front to escort them through the crowds. There was a real buzz in the town, and sound levels were high, especially in and around the cafes. There was an air of expectancy in the streets, which turned to excitement when the drum and the whistle were heard, and the lamb could be seen bobbing through the crowd before going into the doorway of a house. Inside, there may well be refreshments offered, but there was certainly food and drink outside, where friends and neighbours held street parties after the procession had moved on. There were many people waiting for the lamb in the Plaça des Borns, the town's main square, where evidently the balconies are rented out just for the duration of the festival. It was considered lucky to touch the lamb's fleece, if you could reach it. The main reason for going inside is to invite the resident horse rider or dignitary to take part in the main festival. The lamb had had days of grooming, and at the start of that day it had been decorated with coloured rosettes, ribbons, plus a disc crown on its forehead. The lamb is considered important enough to its own statue on a pillar just behind the cathedral. More people were waiting in anticipation in Cathedral Square. This was a key stopping point, and the lamb appeared in the far right corner and wove through the crowds to a house belonging to nobility. Once the crowd had settled to silence, the flautist played a mourning piece called Toc des Dol, in respect for someone recently departed. The group then set off again at a swift pace, because there were many houses to be visited, perhaps as many as 100 or more. The Maltese cross flag hanging on buildings were to indicate the home of a participant in the event. It is difficult to keep up with the group, partly because of Ciutadella's maze of narrow streets and alleyways, and partly because of the number of followers. You just had to listen out for the drum and whistle and judge its direction to locate the group again. While in the building, the lamb is placed on the floor for the family to pet and take photographs, giving the lamb man representing St. John the Baptist a brief respite. Walking briskly round the streets for hours in bare feet, on baking hot roads, wearing a warm sheepskin and carrying a heavy animal on your back must be a considerable challenge, even for a strong man, especially as the event, which starts at 9 a.m, can continue on into the evening. I left them to their travels and returned to the main square, where a fun fair had been set up in the corner to provide amusement for the younger generation, and hence let them join in the general excitement of this really special annual event.